Okay, I'm here with a confession. I made a $42,000 mistake, and it took me a long time to face it, to figure out how expensive and how much this cost my family. And now that I've done it, I need to shout it from the rooftops and share it with you so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. Stick around and I'll tell you all about it. Hi friends, and welcome to the Budget Bounce. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen, and we talk about living life on a budget and money on this channel. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down in the bottom right corner with the little purple pig on it, and click on the bell so that you'll get notified every time I post a new video. Is there anybody else out there who's made a financial blunder that you are just absolutely embarrassed about? You feel shame, possibly. You don't want to tell anybody about it because you might disappoint them. Maybe you feel disappointed in yourself. That's what we're going to talk about today, because that's the kind of mistake that I made. And if you've made a mistake like that, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Tell us how you overcame it. Ask questions for how to overcome it if you haven't yet. Reach out. We're a community. Let's support one another. Let's see what we can do to help one another get out of the holes that we're in. So today I'm going to tell you guys a story, and that story is about me and Matt and a financial decision that we made back in 2016 that is going to cost us tens of thousands of dollars. It's been weighing on me. It's about the 401k loan that I paid off in June. So the history of that is that in the summer of 2016, we had a couple of credit cards that were on 0% intro rates for interest, and the 0% interest was about to expire. And of course, then we were going to jump into like some 15 or 17% interest or something. And we didn't have the money to pay those off, and I didn't have anywhere to transfer them because our credit cards were close to being maxed out. And there were several $1,000s on there. I can't remember exactly how much, maybe 5,000 or 6,000. And then also, I really, really wanted to be done with car payments. We were at the tail end of our loan on our Lucerne that you see me talk about in my budget reports, that now is Henry's. He's bought that from us and it's his car. And I just really wanted to be done with those payments. So I thought, now would be a really good time for us to consolidate all of that, just pay it all off, and we'll just focus on paying ourselves back. So we'll borrow from ourselves, and then we'll pay ourselves back. And we're paying ourselves back interest, so how much could it really cost? And here's the thing. It's not like I wasn't aware of this. I just really was in denial. I was in denial. I mean, I am a human resources manager, so I understand how this stuff works. We talk and teach, about the value of starting your retirement early. That's what we do in our employee communications and things like that. But I just talked myself into it. And if you want something bad enough, you can justify anything you want. And Matt was on board. So we took out an $8,300 loan. And so you can see the screen here. I've got a spreadsheet up that I'm going to share with you, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit of the story behind how we got here and why I had a 401k loan to pay off to begin with. The problem with us doing this, we had good intentions, but the problem was we had zero intentions of changing our spending behavior. And so what happened was, we paid off the credit card and we paid off the car. And then we kept using the credit cards with interest on them. We kept using the credit cards and spending and racked those up again, while we also had the 401k loan to pay off. And we paid off the car in early August. And by December, by Christmas, we had bought a brand new car. And I've paid more than I've ever paid for a car before. It was the first time I ever bought a car in the year of the model. So on December 22nd, I bought a 2016 Chevy Traverse. We did. So anyhow, so when I say I'm talking to you because you guys see me, but Matt was along for all of this. So anyhow, I just want to show you what the impact of that was. Before we get going on this, I wanted to share with you that I have opened an Etsy shop and have some resources over there for you. If you'd like to check them out, I will leave the link to my shop below in the description box. But know that for those of you who have been asking me, because I've gotten this question several times, my monthly budget template that I made in Google Sheets is now available in my shop in Excel format. Same price, all the same functionality. Make sure you go check that out. If you were waiting to hear that, yes, I finally did that, you can go get it now. So with that, let's just jump right in. What I'm going to focus on today is strictly the 401k loan itself and how it impacts our retirement. Let's take a look at what the pieces of information are that we need to know to understand this illustration that I'm about to share with you. So the terms of the loan that I took out were, the total principal was $8,300. I had to pay a $75 loan setup fee. I had to pay $106 in loan maintenance fees throughout the course of the loan. And then the interest rate I was paying myself back at was 4.5%. Now, my monthly payments were set up for 60 months, 5 years, and they were $154.62 a month, and they were broken into two. It was $77.31 per pay period. Over here, what you need to know is that the balance the day before I took out my loan was $16,607. The balance the day that it posted was $8,324. I took out as much as I could that was available to me because we thought we needed it. And this is what it did to, let's just talk about my $16,607 401k balance. I was 44 years old at the time, you guys. I don't want any of you, if it at all possible, I don't want any of you to get to the age of 44 and have this little in your retirement. This is one of the reasons. First of all, it's a huge indicator of the issues that we were having. So while my story and my channel began when my husband got sick and we were facing financial ruin because he didn't work for almost a year, there were lots of things that happened before that that made that an instant disaster. This is one of them. Okay. So 16,600, now we're down to 8,324. Now I just jumped ahead to August 1st to get that balance to start the illustration. I was at $8,301, but if I hadn't taken the 401k loan out, then I would be at around 6,600. So I just used the same amount. And so we're going to illustrate both of these. Okay. So first, let's focus on with the loan. So this is very close to reality in that these are how much I made in loan payments during each of these years until we get to 2020 when things changed a little bit. But for the illustration, I needed it to be exactly the same. I went ahead and I'm illustrating as if we had paid the 60 months through the full 60-month term instead of paying it off early. So first of all, we started in August. We had this balance of $8,301. Through the end of the year, we made $618. I made $618 in loan payments. We would have earned about $581 in interest using the 7% rate of return. Puts us at $9,501. By the end of the next year, I'd paid another $1,855 into the loan, and we had earned another $665 in interest, and we were up over $12,000. By the end of 2018, I had paid another $1,855. These are another 12 months of payments. We earned $841, and we were at $14,719. By the end of 2019, I had paid another whole 12 months. We had earned about $1,030 in interest, and that put us at $17,604. Almost 3.5 years later, 3 years and 5 months later, I finally surpassed where I started. It took me almost 3.5 years to get back to where I was because I took out the 401k loan. So take a look here. The last year would be 2021. And excuse me, I apologize. Let's go to 2020. Another 12 months by the end of this year, I will put in $1,855. And that gives us $1,232 in interest and puts us over 20,000. So 20,692 potentially at the end of 2020. We go into 2021. I only have to make 8 months of payments because I'm at the tail end of the 60 months. And so I put $1,236 in. I earn $1,448 in interest, and that puts us at $23,378. Now, in this illustration, I'm showing that we didn't make any other loan payments because we're done, nor did we put any contributions into my 401k. So let's just see what happens with the compounding over time. I took this out to this year, 2039 is the year that I would turn 67. And that's my full, if I work until my full retirement age, then that's 2039. And if you can see here, I'm not putting anything in, and you can see the interest is compounding. It's building. Every year I'm earning more and more interest, which is growing my overall balance, which is fantastic. And when we get to 2039, I'm at $79,016. Now, at the beginning of this illustration in 2016, we were at $8,301. Now we are down to $79,016. That is fantastic. Not enough. It's definitely not enough for us to retire on. But still, that's amazing. That is the power of compound interest. Now, let me tell this story from a different perspective. Let me go up here. Let's move over here and look at what it looks like if I never took the loan out. But instead of paying a loan payment, since I didn't have one, I was making the same amount of contributions every month at $154.62. So if we're flipping the script and my loan payment is now a contribution, that means that my balance starts at $16,607. So the interest is being earned on $16,607 and anything else that I put in, instead of being earned on $8,301. So we're doubling the amount that the interest is accumulating on. So as of August 1st, 2016, through the end of that year, I put in $618. I earn $1,162, and we're at $18,388. Where were we over here? $9,501. $18,388. And you can see, I won't run through each of these lines, but you can tell 12 months of payments, 12 months of contributions. And by the end of the same term, at the end of 2021, I would be at $35,842. If I didn't make any other payments into any type of payments or contributions into my 401k account, I would be around $35,842. And then every year I would accumulate, and look at the difference. Let's just go to the difference in the interest here. So here I'm earning $1,600 in interest, $1,636. Here I'm earning $2,508. That is almost $900 more. Okay, so this is the power of it. This is the power of the disaster that we created. It's also the power of compound interest. And so let's just go down here. I did the same formula and see where we land. $121,143. $79,016. The difference between those two, let me just show you. Just do it on the screen for you. 121,143 minus $42,127. That $8,300 loan that we thought we needed is going to cost my family $42,000. That is just shocking and disappointing. So disappointed in myself because I had never crunched these numbers, but I knew it would be bad. I just had no idea how bad it would be, and I was in complete and total denial. $42,000, you guys. We took a loan for $8,300 4 years ago. And that is going to cost my family, I took this out to age 70 here, but looking at my full retirement age, that's going to cost my family $42,000. I would say at least, because there are other costs. That's just in my retirement account. Hopefully a lesson that you can take to heart and learn from. So with that, I'm going to leave this video for you right down here. It's about planning for the holidays. So while my focus is on the end of the year and the fact that there's a lot of holidays at the very tail end of the year, it's about just planning and budgeting in general so that that time of year does not have to be so stressful. So click on this right here, and then I will meet you guys over there.